Yes,
Shot
sir.
O'clock Podcast. I am DJ Reese Boogie.
Man, he was in the building, baby.
And today we got two special guests on the podcast, man. We got my brother King Quise.
What's up, y'all?
And we got the owner of Houston's very own EADO Vodka.
Yes, sir.
So listen, man, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about it. He bred it from the H-Town, so I love that, man. And he's from outside of town. You know, so we're going to get into it. What's up, Steve? How you doing?
Good. Today's a good day.
Today's
Blessed day.
Best
How about
day?
you? Blessed day.
Blessed day. Yeah,
Yes,
one of the best days.
Thank you for having me. I hope I've been a good guest so far.
Oh, man.
How you doing, man? You about wine and cheese.
You been making cocktails for us and everything. We good.
Behind the scenes, man, he came in making cocktails. He done told us a little bit about the vodka, man, and everything that comes with it. So we gonna let him, speak on it. And first off, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
So my name is Steve Martinez, born and raised Houstonian.
H-Town.
I don't know what else to say. I grew up on the east side of downtown.
Denver Harbor.
Yeah, Denver Harbor.
Right there by Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right next to Fifth Ward. So if you know the train tracks, we probably met. We've probably seen each other there.
We've probably
before.
seen each other.
Or we've been, or Timmy Chang's. It's not there anymore. Now it's a State Farm building.
Yeah.
So
You was over there when it was called Timmy Dang. Remember Timmy Dang used to be right
Timmy
there? Yeah. You was right there across the track a little bit, but it was called Timmy Dang. That was right there by Wheatley for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I want to get into your vodka, man, because my brother been talking about it and he been kind of broadcasting it to us and promoting you for
thank you.
How long now? About a month or two?
About a month or two, yeah.
About a month or two. So, man, and he done brought us bottles. We done tried it. So we like, man, we got to get Steve on the podcast.
Okay.
So he can put the brand out there so we can kind of learn a bit more about it. So how did you even get started with the vodka?
That's a very, very long story. So I'll say this. I started 10 years ago working on the recipes. The name of the company is called EADO Spirits.
Okay.
But we make EADO Vodka.
Okay.
The reason I want you to know we're a spirits company is because throughout those 10 years, I worked on a tequila, a mezcal, a bourbon, a gin, and of course a vodka.
Cool.
And many people always ask, why vodka?
Right. That's one of my questions.
And so if you go to Google right now and you look up luxury vodkas, America's not in that category. Even though Ciroc is owned by some Americans, it's French.
Okay.
Vodka. Says it on the bottle.
Even though P. Diddy on the face of it is still
That's
French,
what I was about to say. Well, even with I know you say that's American owned, because I thought P. Diddy was on us the way he promoted. He was ambassador for so long. Yeah. But after he went through his little scandal not too long ago, I found out he was just a partner. He wasn't really the owner. So
so how about this? I don't like to bash about my competitors or even bring them up in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't do me any service.
No justice.
The quality is about the quality.
I like to stay in my own lane. That's why I took the 10 years to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah.
And what I want to do, I want to make America's luxury spirits.
Okay.
That category doesn't exist. So what does that really mean? Well, I flew up to Ohio, met the farmer, third generation farmer.
Okay.
That grows wheat. We tried everything from corn to potato to grapes to different kinds of wheats and rice. This wheat that we use, red Idaho wheat, was the best flavor profile wheat.
Okay.
His name is Tim, right? And he's third generation, like I said. He had to let that land heal because he wanted to go organic.
Okay.
He had to let it heal for over 5 years so he can get organic certified.
So what do you do in that 5 years?
You just wait.
Just wait.
You just, try to figure out, navigate. That's a really good question. No one's ever really asked that, right? And I never really asked him either. But the point here is he figured it out.
Okay.
He had a vision. He had a thought. He had to convince his dad and grandpa, third generation.
Right.
We're going to let the land heal. How do you do that, right? That takes a lot of courage.
Patience, too.
So people like that is the people you want to line yourself up with.
Right.
He's a text away. If I need any specific wheat or more wheat or other stuff naturally organic grown, I know he's going to care.
Okay.
The best way I can describe it to people is just because Italians touch the leather doesn't make it better.
Right.
It's the skill behind the person that's touching the leather. And I'm telling you right now, those same talented people are here in America.
Right.
It's just the rest of the world had a head start. Are we catching up? Maybe, maybe not.
Right.
So I know I'm going into a little sermon right now.
No.
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit.
I want to know this information.
Yeah.
But the point is, whether you know it or not, there's somebody behind you wishing to add your life.
Right.
You're talented. You're skilled. Your crew is, right? You hire them for a reason.
Right.
You're behind the mic because you got a skill set and a talent that people gravitate to, right? It's talent that's unrecognized. That's why you buy EADO.
That's why you buy EADO. I like that.
Because even though my friend finished paying off his Honda Civic and the other one just became a lawyer, it's still success.
Right.
The measurement of success is personal.
Yeah.
Right? It's something that should be celebrated. That's why you buy EADO.
Man, I like that, man. That's a commercial right there. That's why you buy EADO. Boom. I can see the vision of the commercial right now, baby, like a whole movie.
So when you came up with the name EADO, how did the name come about?
Man, that was kind of natural. I mean, growing up on the east side of downtown, and then finally when I went to high school, went to Lamar, which is on the west side, being on baseball, basketball, football teams, everyone, want to know where you live, where you come from, they want to come hang out with you at school. So it's like, oh, I live in Denver Harbor. What's that?
Right.
By Fifth Ward. What's that?
Yeah.
East side of downtown. Okay, but where? Budweiser Company. Oh, okay.
I know, yeah.
So as far as I can remember, I've been saying east side of downtown. East side of downtown.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what that is. Just EADO. It's the first two letters of east of downtown.
I don't know. I don't know too much about the history of like all the vodkas or where they come from. Are you like one of the first plant-based Houston brands, or is it more?
Yeah, there's more vodka companies. What we will say is we're the first organic gluten-free Houston vodka.
I like that.
Made with wheat.
That's what.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have this. How can it be gluten-free and be made out of wheat?
With all that starch in it. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that just doesn't. And people have kind of like, if you're lying, people can die of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You definitely get sued off
we
the
know.
rip.
And trust me, we go through the process. We test and audit each batch. Twice a year we get audited. So it's pretty intense. They even check the kind of soap that we use to clean our equipment. So that's how detailed it is.
Yes.
What makes the difference? How do we get gluten-free? It's the way it's processed.
Okay.
So quick education, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
so there's
for the people, so the people can know. They gonna want to buy it. They gonna want to know more about it.
So there's 3 ways you can make vodka, right? The actual equipment. It's pot. There's pot and column, or just the column.
Okay.
So pot, essentially, you heat up one pot, filters into another. You heat it up again. 1x, 2x, 3x.
Right.
That's why some bottles say 1x or 3x, right? They're just heating up one pot, filtering into another. Then there's other ones where it's a pot and a column. That one's hard. And nobody really does it because it kind of defeats the purpose. But we go through a column.
Okay.
And some columns are as small as 4 feet, and other columns are up to like 10 feet.
Gotcha.
Ours is over 150 feet.
Okay.
Right.
With over 150 plates.
Yeah.
So technically, we're distilled one time, 150 times. Try to put that on a bottle.
Yeah.
After a while, people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's BS."
Right.
How can it be filtered 150 times?
It's so smooth. It tastes like it.
Right. So the whole point of EADO was to slow people down. We're not looking to shoot it. We're in a no rush. Kind of what we're doing right now.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Let's enjoy the conversation. Let's just sip on it.
Yeah.
It's good too, man.
No, it's still.
Hey, what's in this drink right here, man? Because, like, I go out a lot and I try to find something to drink, but I can't find nothing. But I want to drink vodka because I've been hooked on this EADO.
Right.
But every time I ask for something, I've been ordering a lemon. They be like, what's that?
Right.
A lemon drop.
Yeah.
Masculine terminology.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't know that was
I
the
made it up.
masculine
I
drop.
made it up.
It sounds good.
I don't feel comfortable. Right. I was saying like
lemon
a
drop.
lemon.
Y'all been gonna say lemon drop.
Let me get a lemon.
Yeah.
Lemon.
How did you come up with the concept as far as just getting it to be blue?
Yeah.
So there's a
that blue vodka, man.
10 years ago.
It's like blue magic, but it's blue vodka.
Yeah. 10 years ago, there was this flower. Anyone can look it up. It's called butterfly pea, right? And what they would do at restaurants, or bars, they would make ice cubes, kind of like Kool-Aid batch, right? And then just make cubes, so the cubes would look purple.
Gotcha.
Right? And then they would essentially make a lemonade.
Yeah.
As the cubes were melting, it was changing color.
Right.
Right, because it was purple, and then you had the lemonade.
Yeah.
The acidic is what changes the color.
Right.
And I said, what about just making a vodka like that?
Well, don't tell everybody your secret, man.
Yeah.
But well, no, it's
so it's not.
No, I'm talking about the competition.
Oh yeah. So there's a whole. I didn't just use the one. It's a botanicals. It's a mixed blend, or proprietary blend.
Right.
Right. That's just owned by us. So if someone wants to copy it, let's be honest, they're going to copy it anyway.
Right.
That's why there's a Burger King. That's why there's a McDonald's. That's why Wendy's. A burger's a burger. What you do with it is what makes it
different.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what that inspiration came from. It was like, let's just make the vodka create an experience. And let's make a luxury vodka, because how do I get it to be organic and gluten-free all at the same time, tasting good and smooth?
Good.
50,
right?
150 times.
So what's the difference in the classic and the royal?
Right.
Good question. Classic is your...
It's classic right here.
Yeah, that's why that's what it's called classic, is your traditional vodka.
Okay.
Right? You enjoy it how you want, but slow down, right? As a luxury vodka, you can sip on it just on the rocks. That's it. You're good. Maybe a squeeze of lime or lemon.
Okay.
And you're done. But if you want to make a martini with it, it's so smooth, you're not going to get that harsh bite.
Right.
Yeah. So, or like what I just did right now, that's just cranberry juice and a splash of topo.
Right.
That's it.
What he's saying, what he did right now, it looks blue to the eye, but if you mix it with a lime or what you said,
So
if you drop
anything citrus,
citrus in it, it changes color a little bit to like purplish.
A fusion, yeah. If we actually had a good lemonade.
And that was pretty dope. I wish we could do it right here on the set so y'all can see. But you know, if you go buy it in the stores, then
So
you'll be able to
I like mine
know that
straight.
it turns.
I like mine
colors as you go.
I like mine blue.
Or if you go get a lemon drop, a lemon.
A lemon.
They could make the base as the lemon drop.
Okay.
And they can pour it where the top is floating blue. Right? So you got a thin layer of the vodka, and then the bottom is yellow.
That's cool, man.
Right. So we got another one coming out.
Okay.
What is that consist of?
The one that's coming out yet is the most complex one. It's a spicy vodka.
Oh.
And I actually started with that one.
I like spicy.
And I never heard, I never known a spicy vodka.
You ever had a jalapeno margarita?
Yeah, but not,
But that's, so when it finally gets approved, because you have to submit the formula.
Gotcha.
Right. And after trying to get the organic certification and all that, they have to follow. Let me back up a little bit. That was the first recipe for the vodkas. So I think about 6 months, we tried tons of peppers, biting them, chewing on them, tasting them. How do we extract the spice out of it? That we finally we actually got the seeds from a university. Okay. We grew them ourselves so we can test it, because we really got into the detail.
That take years too. It sound like this process of everything. You got to have a lot of
overnight, but it's not.
You can't just say I'm just thinking about you talking about like starting the business of the vodka. You know, we can all have ideas and have ambitions and dreams and say, man, you know, everything is microwave in today's world. But it sounds like with you talking, you got to have a lot of patience in this business, and you kind of got to just trust the process throughout the whole time. Just know at the end, you got a bigger end goal than trying to rush something to the market.
Yeah, that was well said. Yeah, you got to trust the vision, because trust me, man, that devil put all kind of whispers in you. Life would put some distractions. I can distinctly remember one time when we were going through construction at the warehouse, the distillery, and we're waiting on some permits, and I'm like, if we can just get these permits done, I can just start bottling. But I've got some issues with some raw ingredients. And I won't say who, but they came in and they just saw this worry on my face. I mean, I wasn't hiding it. It was all over my face. I'm just sitting there, and I kind of told him what was going on. He goes, Steve, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get the ingredients you want, but could it still get certified? I was like, yeah. Well, just do it. Who will know? And within that 1 second, I was like, I would know.
You right. Yeah, you feel bad putting it out there to the people.
Yeah. I that's just not part of the vision.
That makes the brand even better. That you, that type of man.
Ain't trying to cut corners and
we only got one life. I might as well try to do it right.
Right.
You know, shortcuts are a little too easy sometimes, and sometimes you don't want to find out where they lead. So you might as well just go through the struggle. It makes you a better person. I believe it makes you a better person.
Right.
Because, you know, you just need that pressure, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Pressure is going to come again.
Yeah.
And it's going to come again. And the challenge is going to come again. But going back to the vision, if you stay focused on it, growing these plants, waiting on these plants to grow, and then figuring out how to get the flavor out of it, and then finally getting the recipe right, and then going to the details of like, oh, I got the recipe right. This thing's going to blow up.
Yeah.
How am I going to grow over 10,000 peppers every year?
Yeah, yeah.
That's impossible. I can't do it. I don't have money to go buy some land. Right. There's no big investors behind it. It's just me and my nephew and a bunch of credit cards maxed out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to find investors, right?
No.
So how did y'all go about the peppers and everything else that you talking about growing? Did
I had a corporate gig, and so before of all this, I know I keep saying before, but I will say this: when I got the vision, you know, I call it God. You know, you can call it Buddha, you can call it whatever you want, energy. I call it God. When he gave me the vision, I made the game plan. I wrote it all down. I figured it out. I must have sat on it for like 4 months, making sure this was right. It wasn't just me talking crazy.
Right.
And then I sat down with my number one investor. Sat down with my wife.
Yeah, it's definitely your number one investor.
Yeah.
They don't believe it's hard to achieve.
Yeah.
For real.
And so, you know, I talked to her, I told her the game plan, and after that conversation, I ended with, and we got to sell the house.
Ooh,
so we can start.
Hold on, now, Steve. That's a topic. Hey, are you willing to give it up to start the dream, to chase your dream?
To chase your dream.
A lot of people, they scared to give up what they got going on, man, to chase their dream because they fear a failure. Because, you know, if you fail, then you left with nothing. So if you're selling your house, you're selling your car, you know, you're selling whatever you got to do to get to the next step. That's all, like you say, is trusting in God and going to the next level. Because if you ain't got that faith, you gonna fail.
Yeah.
You gotta stay steady. And then you in the business to where sounding like it's a long process.
It's a long process.
It ain't
gonna happen overnight.
It ain't no like you trying to buy t-shirts and saying, let me go make a few t-shirts and put them out there.
Right.
This is like growing stuff out the ground.
Gotta have the right code.
And hoping that the weather don't mess it up.
Yeah. And so if you notice on the blue one, I can't control Mother Nature. This is all organic. So the flowers and all the botanicals are going to do what they want to do. Sometimes it's going to be lighter. Sometimes it's going to be darker.
Right.
It's not Steve messing up the recipe. Yeah. It's just...
It's earth.
It's just
earth.
Mother Nature.
I'm a witness. It's going to taste the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to taste the same.
Right. But I got a question too.
Let me finish the punchline with the spice. So throughout this whole process, I knew the three that were going to come out. So the spicy is called red.
Okay.
If you put them right next to each other, it's going to be red, white, and blue.
Oh, okay. So you go with the
and I'm not that smart
because it's in the U.S.
Yes, you are.
Hey,
it came to you like that, but you smart. Everything you said sounded smart. You're smart.
Well, Marquise, I got a question for you. Being that you know Steve and you was able to bring Steve on so we can get enlightened by this situation.
Yeah.
How did y'all even come in connection?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Me and Steve, we didn't have conversations. You know what I'm saying? We didn't talk kind of how we talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't really built that foundation. But I found out about EADO Vodka. I work at the fire station over on Navigation, right? And they were doing a test tasting. I was off work. I must say that. Off work. You know, and I just walked through because they had this market that they have every once in a while.
Yeah.
Right on the East River. anyway, I saw this vodka company and I saw that bottle.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the table, and I just kind of, both of them, I was just like, what's that? And when I found out, I tasted it, and I just been
hooked.
I've been,
But did you know, Steve, when you seen the bottles, or they was just there?
Not necessarily. I just saw the brand, and I was asking questions, I was inquisitive, but I know how I am. When I like something, I'm going to promote it for free. So, you know, I just told Steve, you know, we talked about it like, hey, I already know every time I show up somewhere, I'm going to have this bottle. So I might as well do it right. Because, man, we be wearing name brand all the time. We be promoting brands, but we don't ever get recognition for it. We don't ever get paid for it. We don't ever show our work. And so this is just me really showing, you know, our community, our people like, man, get with a company and try to zone in on that and just use that as a piece of branding. So what we do with this branding and whatever come from it, gonna come from it.
What I do like though about the relationship, I think that y'all already done started or whatever, because Steve, you might not know, as his brother, he come up, he popping up with EADO hats on, EADO shirts.
Yeah, he do a lot.
He can't tell us.
He been on live and everything.
Anywhere we go, he EADO. I'm thinking, man, are you a part owner? Like, what's going on? You been ripping EADO so hard.
No, yeah.
So that's when, you know, he brought the bottles.
Yeah.
And I think one of my other brothers, he on the podcast, he wasn't able to make it tonight. But he tasted it first, and he was like, nah, that EADO good. That's all I'm drinking now. Okay. You know, as far as vodka, because he a Grey Goose man. He love Grey Goose, but he like, I'm on EADO. You know what I'm saying? So he came in last time. He gave us a few bottles for the episode. We drunk it on the episode. We like, man, this is smooth. It's good. You know, so I like the communication and the relationship y'all building, because I don't know what y'all going to do in the future, but it is dope.
I'm going to say this. It's organic wheat vodka. I didn't just start drinking it just because it was fancy. We talked about it. And we kind of talked about Reposado and how we was drinking Reposado before anybody was drinking Reposado.
Right.
Everybody was drinking Hennessy before that. And now, you know, we don't got no name out there for Reposado. We not getting no
money.
recognition, no money, none of that. Right. We just be promoting for free. So, I mean, I just feel like this is something good. I feel like it's something, I'm not going to say it's healthy because technically it's tequila, but it's more of a healthier process than most other vodkas.
Right. And then you want something that you want to know what you put in your body.
And it's
blue. And like you said, the process, I trust Steve because the process that he went through and then how he looking at it, he not cutting corners. So as you know, the older you get, you want to know, it ain't really about the price no more. It's about what I'm putting in my body. And when you say the gluten and how you distill it and things like that, I want to know I'm putting in some good in my body that's, you know, if I'm going to choose a spirit, you know. So, it's smooth, though.
And I think, what's that? What kind of gold is that on the bottle?
So let me tell you a little bit about the packaging. It's all American made. The glass, the cork, the printing, everything on there.
Cool. Even better.
Again, going back to, you know, there's shortcuts. Trust me, there was tons of people like, Steve, you can buy the equipment from China for a fraction of the price. You can buy the bottles
5 cents.
For 5 cents, and all this and that. And I'm like, trust me, just trying to find bottles was a challenge.
Right.
And trying to get people to print on it was a challenge because we were starting off small. You know, the batches I was doing was maybe a couple drums, you know. Now I'm doing over 325 gallons at a time.
Okay.
So that makes about 2,000 bottles at a time. So for me, that's a big headache because one drop of acidic will change the color of blue. Now I've just ruined 2,000 bottles, right?
Wow.
So what year did you start?
I'm sorry?
What year did you start?
Officially with
like
Texas, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you got a license.
So was the pandemic or how about you know, so, right after that was the pandemic?
Again, I'm not that smart. It's a vision. So living through the vision of all American made, I could care less about the pandemic. Because Tim and Ken out of Cali are making the equipment.
Right.
Tim up in Ohio is growing the wheat.
Gotcha.
Bottles are coming over from Michigan.
So it's still American. So you ain't got to worry about coming over.
I ain't got to worry about the imports
from overseas.
It's all domestic. And so nothing affected me. right? The only thing that affected me was trying to get the permits to open up the distillery. So the glass is all American made. In California, it's 22 karat gold infused into the glass.
That's what I was trying to get to, man. Come on, man. We did a whole turn around the corner, man.
Yeah.
22 karat.
22
it's
karat
infused
gold.
in the glass.
You know what I'm saying? You can put the woman's finger if you scrape it off.
We delayed going to market for 6 months because the corks weren't made in America. We found out they were shipped in Laredo and then they were assembled there. So they're not made, they're assembled. And even then they were like, who would know? I would know. We would know.
And that's still your job.
And so from Cali to Nebraska gets assembled, and then it finishes in Brooklyn. Vito, I mean, it almost sounds like a movie. Brooklyn, Vito makes the gold tops on it. And he actually does other high-end, kind of like Ralph Lauren tops.
Okay.
But we don't pay Ralph Lauren prices.
Right.
Because earlier, I appreciate you bringing up Marquise and the relationship. There's one thing that I like to say internally.
He was stalking you, Steve?
Oh, no. Was, there's a motto from the very beginning that I said, that I would say, and I still say today. We're in the people business. We just so happen to make really, really good fucking vodka.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's why our partners and the relationships that we have can give us that price break, because we're both growing together. Right? So that's in a nutshell, that's the bottle, the packaging. And if we went through all that trouble, can you imagine what the vodka tastes like? Because that's just the packaging.
Right.
So, did I talk too much?
No, you think I'm good, Steve.
Very detailed, man.
I'm pouring shots now, but I want you to let the people know, where they can find it at. Is it in stores or is it at bars yet? Like, tell the people where they can to find it if they really want to, get in contact with you.
We are statewide.
Okay.
We're in every Total Wine.
Okay.
We're in all major specs. Hopefully we get some good news in the summer. We're working towards big deals, and that's kind of one piece that I would like people to know. If you're thinking about starting an alcohol company, making it is the easiest part. Distribution
is the hard part.
That's
the challenge. Okay.
Yeah. Getting it into stores and bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Even with 24 karat gold bottles, that shit's still hard to market.
Yeah, it's a chicken and egg situation, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no one knows you. Well, yeah, because I'm better starting off.
Right.
Give me a better price point. Or, it's business at the end of the day. And, we get it. We're not gritty people by any means.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the hardest part. If you ever want to start an alcohol company, trust me, I'll sit down. I'll give you some cheat codes.
Okay.
But know this, making it is going to be the easiest part.
Right.
Yeah.
And that ain't really easy. That ain't really easy.
You got to use your network, man.
Yeah, we're in a good amount of bars and restaurants. So if you go in, just ask for it. More likely, you got a 70-30 chance, 70 that it's in there. Yeah.
Well, that's cool, Steve. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I know I talked a little bit much.
See, this is Shot O'Clock Podcast.
For sure.
It's only right that we take a shot of EADO.
Of EADO, man.
So look, man, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a shot for Steve and the future endeavors that he got coming his way.
Oh, yeah.
And we appreciate this. H-Time's very own, baby. And guess what? We here to represent. Shots up, fellas.
Shots up.
EADO, East Downtown, baby.
All right. Salud.
Yeah, man. So now we're going to get into King Quise, man. Y'all
What's up,
know
Quise?
King Quise here. We got the vodka man, and we also got the book man. So guess what? My brother, he write books. He going to tell y'all a little bit about his books that he do, children books. So we going to get into a little bit about that, Quise.
Hey, man, I do more than children books, just to put that out there. I'm a playwright.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I got a Christmas audio book coming out this December. Just follow me on, what's my Instagram name? I changed it.
You changed it.
Quise the Consultant with an underscore in between the words. Quise, Quise. Anyway, if you ain't get that, you weren't supposed to get it. This book right here, Chloe the Pink Elephant. Me and my daughter, we published this together. And then I got the Black Astronaut. Oh, how I wanted. This is a bedtime story for the little kids. So if you want the kids to go to sleep, Get the oh how I wonder. That's all I got.
Love it, man.
Hey, but that's what I love about having a podcast, man. That we can bring people on, give them a platform, let them speak on, and introduce themselves to the people. So I really love that. That was my goal to even get into podcasts, even do things of that nature. So make sure y'all purchase the books. Did you give them the names of the books, my brother?
Yeah, I gave them the name, The Black Astronaut, and follow me on Instagram if you really want to get it. Marquise Elder on Facebook.
Bro,
I got the.
Don't know you want them to say The Black Astronaut.
That's what I call. That's what I call it. If they're not gonna go on my Facebook, they're not gonna buy it anyway. So,
so they can't get it on Amazon yet.
It's on Amazon.
There you go.
I get more money if you buy it on Lulu. But you got to go on my Facebook and my Instagram to get the.
That's where it started.
The tag.
Got to go to the Facebook.
If you buy it on Amazon, I get $0.89. But
so
Lulu,
I've been knowing you, right? Your whole life. Well, you've been knowing me my whole life because you're a little older.
Okay.
But what made you get into the children book? Is because you had a kid and you wanted to do it? I always know you've been a playwright, you've been doing your thing. What made you go to children book? You could have been an author to tell whatever you wanted to tell, being a writer. But what made you get into the children book side of it?
I always been dope, first of all. But when I had a daughter,
what just happened? Get your shit off, Keith.
When I had a daughter, you know, she real dope, you know. And I'll try to tell her bedtime stories, and she tell me what she want to hear about. So she would name the characters, the names, the plot she'll give. And I just freestyle the story. So technically, we co-writers in the story. I knew eventually that the stories was so dope, you know, that we would turn them into children books, and that's what happened.
Awesome.
Okay.
So how you come up with the characters? With that, y'all
Reagan came up with the characters.
Reagan.
I say,
shout
hey,
out to Reagan.
What kind of story you want to hear about this time? I want to hear about an elephant, a pink elephant whose name is Chloe.
How old was she at the time?
Who else in the story? It's a turtle named Toothless Tony. A giraffe teacher named Mr. Stretchy Neck. I was like, what's the setting? They're in a classroom.
So you let her really paint the picture and you just put everything else together?
It's 11 o'clock at night, man. I'm just trying to get her to go to sleep.
Right. But I'm saying, but trying to get her to go to sleep, you also was in tune to what she was saying because you made it to the book.
It started off good. I can't quiet her because at this point, she said Mr. Stretchy Neck. I'm like, hold on, what's the other character name?
Right. Now you're interested at this point.
At this point, I'm like, man, we got something.
Yeah, that's dope.
Right, that's dope, man.
But look, I'm here. I always connect people. And I know you said your daughter has a podcast.
Well, I don't want to take any thunder away.
No, you ain't taking no. I'm trying to connect the situation right now because maybe she can come on that and y'all can work that out.
Yeah, so I got two daughters right now. One's 14, the other one's 7.
Okay,
but we started a podcast. I mean, the little one wasn't even born yet. Over 7 years ago.
So listen.
So where the connection here is, I don't mean to cut you off.
I'm about to cut you off.
Yeah, right. It's my podcast.
No. I was about to say something. You made me think about it.
I started the same way, Keith. You know, my daughter, she was gonna go to bed, and then we kind of honed in on a character. His name's Little Bear, right? And so he's got a family, Mama Bear, you know, Papa Bear, and a little sis. And so when my little daughter started getting it, I started noticing the creativity aspect of it. So what we do is just we make it up on the fly. It's like trees, and a plastic bag.
Right.
Now go. Right. And so that person, we take turns telling the story. Of course, with his daddy's turn, there's some moral to it. There's some, underlying, you need to try to teach your daughters.
For sure.
And
gotta teach them something, man. Them girls these days, man, you can't trust them.
And so what I noticed is they were real creative and they were real smart with it.
Yeah. They listen to Sexy Red on Keith.
So I just started recording it and made it into a podcast.
Doja Cat.
Called it Little Bear, bedtime stories.
Okay.
I think they got over 400,000 plays by now.
That's dope.
Right? But it's all free.
Yeah.
We're not making money off of it because when we started it, when Dad couldn't be home, they could hear a bedtime story.
They could hear the bedtime. Gotcha.
Right?
Hey, man, Dad ain't home. We still got to make some money, but I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
And now they're talking about doing books. So maybe you could guide me a little bit because they've already made a book.
Shout out to the, what is it, SCBWI, Society of Children Book Writers and Illustrators. Like, I'm not one of them people who just decided to do a book. Like, I did my homework. I went to the meetings. I showed up. And, you know, you got these people in here that edit your book and tell you, like, what's this character? They're not even necessary.
Right.
You know, so a lot of people just do stuff and don't do their homework.
Right. I think it's dope, man, that, because, you know, I'm about to have a kid myself. What's up, everybody? Y'all know my baby's supposed to be born this weekend sometime.
Any day now.
And I just to hear these stories, man.
Congratulations.
You know, I usually
like we need a shot.
Sounds like we need a shot of that.
Hey, what you gonna name him?
His name is Kai, man.
What's his nickname? Milk.
I'm gonna take a shot of this.
Lil Boogie.
Lil Boogie.
Yeah, Lil Boogie. We're gonna pour a shot, man, because this is Shot O'clock. That's all we do.
Hey, this is my second cup, so I drank my first shot.
You good, Wood?
Yeah, I got
all right, well, look, man. Y'all all that children book and all that shit, man. Hey, man, everybody on this podcast, man, it's about to get messy, man.
I appreciate them viewers, man.
Yeah, man, it's about to get real messy around here, man. I want to hear Steve. I want to hear King Quise on these topics.
Hey, put the kid, reading one of the Chloe books and put their ass to sleep because it's about to get real juicy.
That's the only reason what the books are supposed to put them to sleep.
Put them to sleep,
man. Matter of fact, take you a shot of the vodka.
Yeah,
and read the book.
Yeah.
But look, man, I want to get into, you know, sharing locations, man. Sharing locations, sharing your password with your spouse. Is it necessary, or how y'all maneuver through that situation when you're in a relationship with somebody? I got my stories. I want to hear. Let me hear Woods first. I want to hear Woods.
Jump out there, man. I jump out there. You know what? I had to learn to do that shit. I was bad at it. But it definitely, when I learned to do it and started doing it, it brought a much more improvement to my relationship, much more peace to her, and her being at peace just benefited.
What's your relationship status before you finish that?
Benefited even me more. Now, I want to say when we moved in together.
No, what's our relationship status like? Are y'all dating? Or
no, I'm engaged now. But I started that. I started the whole location and passwords when we kind of moved in together.
You started it.
I opened that up.
You started it or she started it?
Well, she wanted it, and then I opened up to doing it.
Nah, wait, because you said you started it.
Come at me.
I'm just asking.
No,
I want to make sure that you suggest that we should share passwords.
Who brought up the conversation?
Eventually, through her kind of snooping a little bit and stuff like that. Don't get mad at me, baby.
Ain't no disclaimer.
Look, I felt like, you know, with my maturity, I was ready to do that with her.
Okay.
Now I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that with just anybody.
So did she catch you cheating?
Nah.
Did you have to delete a lot of old text messages?
No, I detoxed my phone before all this shit happened, y'all.
Straight up.
Come on with it, man. I detoxed that phone, fam. Yeah. You know, before I open that shit up.
What you got on that part, on that Quise?
Me?
About sharing location.
Man, I'm not finna do that.
Ever. Like, ever. Even if you get in a relationship.
Password, location, none of that.
Hey, listen, my nigga out here single, man. He living a good life, man.
He King Quise, bro.
This is why. Because if I'm dating a woman who I don't trust, I'm not gonna date her. So if I'm dating a woman who's sexy and she got a lot going, I'm not finna be checking behind her. I'm still gonna love her. I'm still gonna be with her, man. I'm not finna be like,
but when is she like?
Who is this guy who texted your phone last night at 5:30?
Well, no.
But that ain't what.
I don't think that's part of it.
That is part of it.
No. I wouldn't check my phone. I've never went in her phone. But what I'm saying is that
it sounds like we need another shot.
I text my phone with that.
Keys, I never went up. But what if she? No, I never went in her phone. But what if she asks you? Can I get your location when you outside? Can I get your password?
Ever? It's never a time.
Never.
I mean, if I feel like I'm gonna go snorkeling or something in a foreign country, then I'm gonna be like, let me show you my location.
I'm going to Iraq.
Just in case I don't come back on shore.
So Keith say she ain't never having a password.
Well, Steve, you
asset. She never having an asset.
Steve's the married one right now on the podcast. So Steve,
I'm the old guy.
In y'all dynamic, being the old guy, you know, even at this point in time in y'all relationship, are y'all sharing anything of that nature?
So,
no. Let's get you in trouble, Steve.
No. Is it a discussion, a continuous discussion? Not on sharing locations. Is letting her know where I'm gonna
checking in. Okay.
Yeah. Checking in. It'd be impossible.
Okay.
I'm always bouncing around town. Right. Last minute meetings come up. Like
pinball.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But could I tell her like today, hey, I'm gonna do a podcast. Here's the address.
Exactly. Okay.
Cool. Yes. I only do it just to kind of check a box. To be honest.
Yeah.
But
Courtesy.
me turning on a sharing location app through Apple,
I don't have that.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
There's gonna be too many questions in my life because I'm going from restaurants to hotels to business meetings. It's too much.
But when I say sharing location, I'm more like checking in. That's what I meant when I said sharing. I'm talking about I'm checking in, baby. I'm going to the podcast.
About Apple sharing location?
I'm going off Apple sharing because
that's why I don't have Apple.
First off, he still got
I'm the green. I'm the green in the group chat. I'm that green nigga in the group chat.
He can't share shit if he wanted to.
Nah, we can
share pictures.
I just don't.
Yeah, he can't even share pictures.
Hey, slow down, y'all.
I heard that Android something different.
That's Android trauma, bro. Hey, calm the fuck down.
Android trauma.
That's y'all coming at me, man.
But no, I want to get into sharing because I in my relationship, I did get into that situation to where I had to start sharing my location.
Right.
Because, I did mess up. But on top of that, I drink a lot, right? So before we got together, we was friends. So when we was friends, I used to call her on my drunk nights and say, hey, I'm sleeping in my car. Can you come get me? And then she'd be like, where you at? And then my phone just hung up or something. So she never knew where I was at. So she always wanted to come get me and pick me up because she had many times of me just having drunk nights. Mm-hmm. So when we got together and I did get in a situation where she did go through my phone because she a creep. She went through my phone and she seen like some things. She did say, well, for me to trust you a little bit more, I need, can you share your location? Can you do this and that? So I did it, right? But then on the back end, right? Yeah. We got into an argument, you know what I'm saying? She put a nigga out. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. She put me out. So when she put me out, I cut my locations off. You're not gonna be following me while I'm put out. Yeah. So she ain't got my location since. So I think it's like her intentions though in the beginning, it was great. And I agreed to it because I do, I know how I get. I know situations have happened with me before to why I needed her to have my location because I trusted in her enough to have my locations. But then, times hit.
Wait,
but location though, what about password?
You say y'all was friends.
We getting around that.
Friends. Were y'all friends like, what's up, homegirl? How you doing? Or were y'all friends like, okay. That make a difference.
That was friend benefit.
Yeah. That's a difference.
Yeah, I'm not dropping
because I got just friends.
Yeah, they not having password access and none of that.
But friends with benefit. What I said, Jenniference.
Yeah, yeah, benefit. Yeah, so she
benefits.
But nah, it was honestly, y'all. It was great. She haven't got it back. She gonna probably watch this podcast and be like, "Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I need that location.
I need that back." But honestly, it was great for me. And honestly, man, I keep on saying honestly. Yeah. But listen, it helped me.
The more you say
even
honestly,
just maneuver, man. I used to be a wild boy, man. Even just knowing that she had it, my thought process was different. Just moving outside and moving around and talking and different things to certain people because I knew that I wasn't trying to get into no trouble because she had my location. Because it helped me out. I was a hell of a nigga when it came to women. So when I started sharing my location, I kind of dialed back that.
Okay, so both of y'all advocates for sharing the location.
Yeah,
I'm an advocate.
I don't mind.
I'm an advocate for checking in, letting her know where I'm gonna be at. I'm an advocate for giving access as far as passwords to the phone.
But ain't none of you niggas married, man. I'm not.
Well,
I'm engaged. I'm getting married this year, my boy.
I'm not following y'all, bro. I'm gonna follow him.
We talking Steve.
Hey,
Steve saying he checking in.
Do we share the location or not?
No.
Okay.
But Steve, no. But my like definition of location.
I'm going with Steve.
Hold on, Keith. My definition.
I'm not taking away from you, bro.
I think there's got to be
a checking in. But Steve checking in though.
No, but it has to be a balance.
You can't speak for Steve.
But Steve just said he was checking in.
I check in once in a while.
Yeah.
It's pretty vague.
How long y'all been together, Steve? Not to be in your personal, but how long y'all been together?
March should be 20 years.
20 years married.
So y'all saying like when y'all leave the house, y'all chicken see the snake line, like the snake went this way, the snake.
Well, he don't have
that. I don't have that. I do have that, but that ain't on.
You wish you had it though.
I don't need it.
Nah, mine was able to see it. But crazy part, we shared each other's location. And I don't know how many times she checked it because we never really talked about it.
How many times you checked hers, though?
I never checked it because I don't, she'll tell you.
Can I ask you a messy question? And you can cut it out.
No, we messy.
Let's put a soundbite.
No, this is the messiest podcast. Go ahead.
All right, that way you know where to cut it. Why would you need to be in check?
What you mean need to be in check? Oh, because I was a cheater.
Yeah, but you decide.
Bro, what's a cheater?
No, I didn't want to say a cheater.
But what I'm saying is like you being tracked.
Where does it stop?
It doesn't, like, you shouldn't need to be tracked.
It helped me, Steve. I can't speak for everybody in the room.
It gave her peace of mind.
It gave my household peace, and it gave me a balance that I needed. Because it was the first time it ever happened.
I guess there's a deeper root because, you know, it's kind of like me sitting in the warehouse and saying, you can cheat. Nobody would know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what you said about the
I would know, right?
The liquor and putting it out there.
So, like, you got to be able to check yourself by yourself.
Right.
Not to be mad. I get it.
No,
you know,
that's what I'm about to go into.
Okay.
Kind of what you're saying. That's why I say in the beginning, it can sound crazy to a lot of men, but it needed to be had for me in the beginning.
Okay. This is a marriage ready seminar.
But now that we don't share each other's location, right?
Yeah.
I still move like she have my location because I learned through that process of how to move a little bit
15 minutes
in this relationship.
Well, I condemn you for being honest.
Right, I'm always
not
honest,
a lot of people can be honest and put it out there like that, right?
And that's how it was with me. Like when I allowed her to have access to my phones through passwords. That she don't never go through my phone no more.
Right.
You know, I never went through her, but she never go through my phone. It's just the assets that caused her, that allowed her to have that peace of mind and earn more trust towards me.
Well, Keith, what's wrong? Because I see you got a lot of...
I never went through her phone, bro.
No, I never went through her phone. No, I tell you, I never went through...
This is what I'm saying, man.
Just talk how you feel about it.
This is a marriage seminar, and I'm glad that more...
No, this ain't a marriage seminar. There ain't nobody married but one person.
Reason. It's cool.
We in relationship. Hey, it's 3 people in relationship. You got one. We got one married. You got one engaged, and you got one that's staying with his woman.
And
you the only single nigga. That's why you ain't agreeing with it.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing, bro. Okay. I'm just saying, like, all the married people that want to get married, they ready for the next topic, bro.
Oh, yeah, they're ready to move on.
I'm trying to get it back on track. I'm trying to get it back on track.
Well, the next one is kind of the same situation.
I'm down with it. I'm ready.
Because the next one is. A lot of women want to be a wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of women,
I like this topic.
A lot of women, they want to be a wife, and then some women just want a husband. So a lot of people rushing into marriage just to have a husband. But a lot of people ain't doing wifely duties, or I ain't gonna say wifely duties because I don't want to put a lot of stuff out there. But a lot of women ain't really got the rap sheet that's saying you a wife, but I'm ready to get engaged. I'm ready to have a husband. So Steve, since you here, you the guest.
20 years in the game.
20 years in the game. Can you help us young brothers out on that situation? You're like, how should we move? Cause hold on, Steve, my fault. Our last podcast, we talked about getting engaged.
Right.
Okay.
Right. We talked about, what was the rush, what was the time limit on a man in being proposing to a woman.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I don't think it's a time limit. I think it should come naturally.
Right.
But I want to hear your,
No, yeah, I agree with you on that one. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's a commitment. How are you going to put a timeline on things like that? Let's be honest. What if she acts up and you were about to, or she does something and you're like, I got to put this on hold.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 3 years into it, and you got to ignore what she just did and still ask her. No, that.
That's what I was saying, Steve. Because my boy here, he feel like it's a time limit. It should be no longer than 5 years.
It's too long. Like I said last year, it's too long.
Sometimes people get in a relationship. Sometimes people get in a relationship and they go through things in the beginning of a relationship and then they get back on track. Right. But in that time frame, I still got to put a ring on it, even though we still working on.
What do he mean by it's too long, though?
I feel like it is natural. Let it happen naturally and do it when you're ready. But it is too long. Like when you 10 years in a relationship and you ain't talked
about 5.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Well, 5 or 10 years, 5 years beyond, and you ain't talked about it.
Have you ever been in a 10-year relationship?
No.
Have you been in a 5-year relationship?
Yes.
Have you ever engaged somebody in a 5-year relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
So what
Me
you
too.
saying?
I'm just asking a question, bro.
What is your outlook on it, though?
Thank you for asking the question. Okay. My outlook on the question is, I do believe that women just want to be married. And it's not like some women. All women just want to be married.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good guy, a bad guy, a guy who smoked crack, I don't know.
Whoa. You going too far.
Why are you looking at me when you said that, though? I don't.
No. I got on glasses. The light is reflecting their way.
Yeah.
But I feel like some women do just want to be married. That's what's been hard for me to propose.
Right.
Because I want to know, is this just something you just want to do, or am I the guy for you? Like, I know I'm a good guy. Most of the elder men are good guys, some reason.
Hey, man.
Do you ask that question, though, Reed? I mean, Keith, do you ask that question up front?
I be talking shit.
But when do you stop talking shit and get serious and be like, you know what, do I really want to be with this woman, and do I look at her as a wife, or is she putting on? Because you talking shit.
So talking shit when he say talking shit, I look at it as bullshit.
Right.
So are you bullshitting a woman, in the beginning to get with her and hang with her?
I'm gonna take your talking shit and bullshitting.
We asking questions.
Yeah.
To me, talking shit and bullshit is two totally separate things.
Okay.
Talking shit is me trying to decipher what it is on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit is wasting your time.
It's wasting.
Period.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
So talking shit is, I want to know, are you just really just looking for somebody to like just add water husband?
Mm-hmm.
I usually tell chicks, I'm not a just add water husband.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to get married, there's some bombs out there that will marry you tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a just add water husband. Like I need to know that I'm the one for you, and that's how I feel about it.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna say I haven't missed out on some good women that just wanted to get married. You know what I'm saying? And
are you a bullshit nigga?
I be bullshitting all the time. I'm bullshit right now.
There you go. Hey, look though. So I wonder, it's been something.
So let me ask you.
Go ahead.
So you got a son on the way.
Yeah, I got a son on the way.
Engaged?
Or what?
No, I ain't engaged.
Okay, so you just got blessed with the son.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But marriage is not a conversation yet.
No, it's definitely a conversation. My relationship is a little different from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Keith, it's a bottle right here. But no, it's cool. It's cool. It's the podcast. You do whatever you want to do. All right, but look, my situation is a lot different.
Yeah.
Because I've been knowing her for like 18 years.
Okay.
We met in college.
Yeah.
We was friends.
Right.
Then we became friends with benefits.
Yeah.
She wound up, getting in a relationship. I was in relationships, and then we just got back together like last year.
Okay.
So last year when we got together, and then in that year she got pregnant. Okay. But in the same sense, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's my person.
Right.
We just I haven't proposed or anything of that nature because, like I said, it's still fresh.
Well, you got 5 years, right?
Yeah, I got 5.
You got 5 years.
I got 4 more to go.
4 more Super Bowls.
Yeah, I got 4 more to go.
Take your time. Take your time, King. Take your time, King. Don't take too long.
I'm taking it, man. But yeah, so that was kind of the thing in that situation would be. We there.
I think that's actually healthy. That's the advice I give to people whenever anyone wants to listen to me and I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
It's like be friends first.
Right.
And then, if things work out, great. But at the end of it, you got to be able to like this person.
You got to
right.
You got to like each other.
I'm be honest with you, they're going to fail as a wife.
Talk about it, Steve.
And you're going to fail as a husband.
Yeah.
But as a friend, can they still at least depend on you as a friend? Right? So at least you got a fallback because, man, being married is tough, bro. It's some ugliness you don't even.
It's work.
Can't even imagine.
Is it a contract like a lot of people say? Because but a business relationship. Because a lot of people say once y'all get into a marriage, it becomes a business relationship. Because once you divorce, they try to it becomes a business. So is it more of a business relationship, and it falls out of love, or it falls out of we got to just take care of each other because we married now?
I know Marquise doesn't want to stay on this subject too long, so
thank you.
I'll finish my sermon real quick.
Yeah,
come on, Reverend.
Keith's all right.
Is a surrender.
This is my podcast.
No,
it's
right.
It's you surrender. In business, you never surrender.
Right.
But are you happy? when you surrender,
bro.
Well,
you asking him relationship topics.
No, that's great. No, that's fine. Yeah.
No, Keith, first off, he got the right to speak on what he want to talk on his podcast.
I was just trying to bail him out.
Are you his lawyer or his business partner?
I was trying to bail him out if he didn't want to answer the question.
No,
go ahead.
Podcast. I hope it's pretty clear.
Like, baby looking.
As EADO, as an EADO Vodka owner, as a business owner, I want you to see what a real person is.
Right.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
I never change. I never try to be something that
he wants you to put on another face for the camera.
Yeah.
This ain't our park. Don't put on another face.
Steve, he not trying to surrender. I like how you said surrender.
He's
not trying to surrender, bro.
First off, Steve, let me tell you about it. That's why he might be single.
Let me speak for myself.
Because he can't come on here and be like that.
I'll tell you why I said what I said, and I said why I said what I said. Can't nobody tell me why I said what I said.
That sounds like the next book.
What can you say?
Can you say it?
I said it already. If you ask that man, is he happy? I said, if his wife is looking like, damn, we just like, who gonna be there? So who gonna be there when it's going down?
That's Steve right to say.
Well, so like
he know how to answer questions.
Man, it's a podcast. I can mention what I want to mention, bro. That's what I thought the podcast was. And that's what I do.
Define success and define happiness. Everyone's definition is going to be different. Right? I think that's the problem. We're trying to paint the picture of what that definition is for everyone.
Yeah.
And the reality is marriage is you surrendering. And what surrendering, when that comes, when they say the ugliest thing to you and you can't believe they told you that or they hurt you like no one else can, and you still say, but I still love you.
I still love you.
Steve, are you
still want to wake up the next day and you want to be there?
No, Steve, are you a pastor?
No.
Yeah.
You might be a pastor and have vodka lie. The way you speak to the people, it really you in. It kind of reminds me. What's up, boys on Lakewood Church?
No, Tony,
I don't blink that much.
Yeah.
No. What's the dude on Lakewood Church?
I know you.
Osteen.
He still owns it. You kind of got that Osteen in there.
He still owns it.
Don't tell me that.
You got that inspiration.
I ain't gonna lie. He got inspirational speaker, man. I really love that about you though, because you got
20 years of happiness though.
No, he got a lot. He got a lot to tell the people, and I really like that.
So I've had a lot of unhealthy relationships.
Straight up. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to hear about. That's what I've been waiting for.
One thing that I discovered.
Toxic, bro. He's the toxic person.
Look, here's one thing
I really want to hear about everybody unhappiness. This nigga is so toxic.
I want somebody to reach me where I'm at. Come on.
Well, nobody know. You the only person now. You gotta talk about that.
Let Pastor talk, bro.
He said let the
pastor talk.
I had to go through the ugliness to figure out what I needed.
To appreciate the good.
Because I don't need someone like that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't.
Me either,
man,
but
it's adding gas to the fire.
I want somebody though,
and I like fires.
I want somebody though. I didn't feel like I needed that person, but I want that person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel the love making. They trying to do the Valentine's Day podcast and it's live. Yeah, because that's really what's going on right now. Buy chocolate for her, bro. Buy some flowers or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Keep it simple.
But what I'm saying is, I feel what you talking about. You know,
right?
Man, you ain't said a bitch ass thing.
I said the same thing. Oh, yeah.
What he said?
Nothing,
I be bullshitting, and it sound like bullshit.
Straight up.
Hey man, we got a few minutes, man, before we get out of here. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too much, but I do want to ask a question.
I like that one.
Which one you want to talk about, Steve? Okay.
I like that one.
We'll end with that.
Shaq said, should men open up to women because they throw it back in your face, you know, when they mad at you or upset or y'all break up. So what you gotta say, Quise?
No.
What you think, Wood? Should you open up to women?
It's the right one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm with Shaq because I ain't open up. Honestly, my fiance is really the one I really open up to.
Let me tell you what I think. I think Shaq still hurt about divorce.
But I feel where he coming from, though. I feel where Shaq coming from.
No, but he was married for plenty of years, had 5 kids. This nigga opened up before. Yeah. He going through a Quise phase.
Right.
No.
No, he going through a Quise phase, right? He's single, he having a good time. He don't want to open up to no more women because of his past marriage that he going through.
You can't bring that trauma to somebody brand new.
So that's why he don't want to bring and open up because of what he's been through.
That's a new vocabulary word.
Quise phase. Let's go, Keith.
Come on, Keith.
Quise phase.
That's a new. We got a Quise phase. Hey, we use it every week. We got a Quise phase.
That's not a thing. So what did Shaq say?
Shaq said you shouldn't open up to women because
my
they throw it back.
be kicking in.
Yeah, all right, listen, Linda. Shaq said you shouldn't open up to women because they'll throw it back in your face when y'all break up or separate.
Matter of fact, let me tell you this. I was dating a woman. I wasn't cheating. I wasn't smashing nobody else. You know what she used to tell me? If you go out and you sleep with somebody else, just tell me. I'm like, why? So you could throw it back in my face? Like, why would you want me to tell you that I'm sleeping with somebody else? That's weird to me. That's weird.
I feel like you gotta open up to know who you dealing with.
You started wrong. You said I was smashing somebody. So first off,
right,
we ain't talking about every woman you smashing. We talking about somebody. We talking about somebody you
building in a relationship.
Somebody you building a relationship.
We were in a relationship.
Somebody you growing with,
bro. Everybody you smash in your relationship with. I don't smash a lot of people at one time.
Boy, you can't hold a story.
Look, when I was scared, I feel where Shaq coming from because I was scared to open up like that. But you gotta, if you want to move past that, if you want to be at peace,
marriage.
If you want to look for marriage, you gotta open up because you gotta know who you dealing with. If you dealing with a woman that's gonna put that shit back in your face,
man, this is the Valentine's Day edition, man.
Hold on, that ain't somebody you need to be marrying or even thinking about marrying or even continuing with.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve. What you got? You the married one on this.
Nah, man, I'm the worst. I'm the worst person to ask because I don't open up to anybody. To be honest with you, I mean, I think that's one of my issues with my wife. I don't open up.
You still don't open up at all.
Nobody perfect.
20 years.
That
could be just
imperfect, bro.
That's just could be kid issues, insecurities, or whatever. Stuff that we don't want to get into. But I just look at it like I got it.
Right.
It's my problem. I'll figure it out. So,
well, with that situation, what I'm thinking, I think every man is like that, right? Because I'm like that. I think he like that. He like that. We're
gonna try to handle it.
Every man is still like holding something in they don't want to let out. I think what Shaq was talking about, just as far as being vulnerable, right? Mm-hmm. Just talking about your past, just talking about your relationship, just talking about like family, whatever you've been through. Vulnerable that she can use against you because we all go through stuff.
I don't think she could take it because I've done it before. She ends up crying.
Thank you.
She ends up like, I can't believe you went through that.
But she not gonna throw it back in your face.
Well, he don't know because they still together.
I mean, there's been some times.
That's why they still together because she ain't threw that shit back in your face.
This is what I heard from what Shaq was saying. Let's say you dating somebody and it's brand new, and then next thing you know, you didn't know you was in love with this woman, but you go out with somebody else. He say, "Hey, babe, just letting you know, I went out with this young lady, but I didn't realize, you know what I'm saying, you the one for me."
Yeah.
Man, you gonna hear about that the rest of your relationship. Go out with Lucretia. Call Lucretia.
Cut that shit short.
Or was it more like
you gonna hear about that the rest of the relationship.
Or was it more like emo stuff? Like,
come on.
Well, one day my dad did this, and I can't believe, and that's why I can't.
No, because you know how many women I heard tell me like, if you date somebody else, just tell me, and then is everything gonna be okay?
Well, who would be okay with that though?
Exactly. Like, am I missing it?
Or is that a new generation thing that I don't understand?
Oh, it's a new generation thing. I think everything is broadcast. I think a lot of people in the new generation, everything is broadcast. Everybody want everybody to be sensitized. Everybody want everybody to be sensitive. Men can't be men no more. Everything is like mental health. Everything is a lot of emotion. Show you emotions, this and that. And then they throw it back in your face when you do it. You know what I'm saying? Once you leave them, you soft. You know what I'm saying? Once you leave them, you this, you that. Yeah. So I agree with y'all. I'm not disagreeing with y'all.
What does open up mean?
Open up. They want you to cry. They want you to tell your history of what you've been through.
My bad.
Your past trauma.
That's not what I got
out of it.
Yeah, they want you to tell your past trauma.
That's not what I got out of it.
Your infidelity. Whatever the case may be, they want you to be able to be open to where you got some dirt on them. I mean, they got some dirt on you to say, I can use this against, don't ever leave. Because, Shaq is a millionaire.
Yeah.
So he's speaking from, I'm not opening up to none of you chicks because y'all can get some money out of me, whatever I
put that shit online.
So it's a difference. Y'all feel about what Reese just said about what Shaq meant. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all feel like he right or wrong?
Now, I get where Shaq coming from, especially in his space. But if you looking towards being with somebody, man, you can't be afraid to open up.
You open up against me right now, bro. Let me tell you something.
Quise, I'm a hypocrite.
That boy said
I'm a hypocrite. I'll tell you, yes, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Right. If you open up against me right now, and try to use something against me, another chick might just slide in. Cause
if your chick tell you, if your chick tell you, hey, when you didn't come home last night, I was hanging out with Red. You're gonna be like, oh, baby, thanks for opening up.
That's not my woman then, bro.
No, I don't think she talking like that.
That's opening up,
right? Nah, you going too deep.
No,
so what does opening up mean?
Nah, I
you
don't
say
know.
Infidelity.
Hey, man, listen, what? We finna get out of here.
Yeah.
Infidelity mean?
And we gonna bring Quise back, because he got a lot to say.
Yes.
Hey, but we gonna give a good shot to EADO Vodka.
Yes, sir.
And I want Steve really to close this podcast. I give him something to say. Steve, tell him where to find you. Give him your Instagram. Give him your website. With him wherever you need. So we can slide out of here, Steve.
So it's EADO Vodka on Instagram, everywhere. Website. Our hashtag these days is let's make memories.
I like that.
So guys, thank you. This is a memory I'll cherish. It was definitely insightful, and thank you for letting me give a mini sermon.
Real talk. Don't tell baby nothing.
And,
that's the lesson of the day.
Yeah, man. We appreciate everything you guys do, because like I said, there's somebody behind you wishing they had this podcast. So you being leaders and mentors, not just to your community, but just making an impact for the people that are around you, it means more than you'll ever know.
I appreciate you, Steve. Shots up.
Shout out to EADO,
Shot
baby.
O'clock Podcast, man. Guess what? We out of here.
We out here.